Hello viewers, today we're going to be changing the light bulbs in the kitchen light. I currently have three 5 watts CCFL bulbs in the light, and these work pretty good, but I want to use these bulbs somewhere else instead. Since this application is a lot more flexible than the application I want to use these in downstairs, we're going to swap these out for something else. This is very out of the ordinary, but we are going to put in some DEL bulbs. These are the Sylvania 40 watts vintage amber glow DEL bulbs. These allegedly replace a 40 watts incandescent bulb using only 4.5 the watts. They are dimmable with 3 asterisks after it. They are B10 shaped bulbs. I don't use many DEL bulbs around the house. I would say 98 or more % of DEL bulbs give me a headache, but every now and again I will come across ones that don't, and this particular model does not. Not this series. There's also a 60 watts version of this available in an Edison shaped bulb, and that one I can't use. It gives me a headache and it's very flickery. But the 40 watts flame tip style bulbs from Sylvania in this amber glow format I can tolerate. I don't notice any flicker or anything weird about the lighting. I think that, I guess LED Vance is the OEM of these bulbs. A 3-year warranty, which is actually pretty decent for a basic light bulb. It's allegedly UL listed. So let's go ahead and swap these in. I've heard a lot of people say bad things about LED. I mean, that is accurate, but I've heard a lot of people say a lot of bad things about Sylvania in particular, and so far I've had very good results with these bulbs. I've had one in the lamp in the living room for a couple of years now, and I use that light almost every day, and there's never been an issue with it. Never a dull moment around here. Here is said lamp. It's no longer in the frame because I almost fell on the stinking tripod. Here's what the bulb looks like. You can see it's, oh, you really can't tell, but it's the same one that I have on the counter. And it's a good light. It's a nice warm color, and there's no flickering or any other weird effects that I notice in the person. And it's a good brightness just to have on when I'm watching TV or doing something here in the evening, listening to music, whatever. I'm just curious, are there any anomalies on the camera with this? No banding at all. So this is a very good bulb, surprisingly enough. As I've said many times, I don't have an intrinsic objection to LED lighting. What I have an objection to is garbage lighting, and unfortunately LED lighting is often synonymous with garbage nowadays. So let's get this taken down. I don't see any dead the bugs in here, so we don't need to clean it this time. Well, there are a few dead bugs, so we'll clean this out while it's down. And there's our 3 CCFL bulbs. And these are going to be moved to the downstairs. They're going to be put in the downstairs lighting circuit to reduce the operating costs of those lights. So these are what are these, 4 watts? No, these are 5 watts, the CCFLs, and these DELs are 4.5 watts. So it should be a net neutral in terms of operation costs. I don't know how the power consumption changes on these when they're dimmed versus when the CCFLs are dimmed. It's not it's not something I've tested before, but we're talking 12 watts. I'm not too concerned about it. I wouldn't be surprised if the CCFLs are actually more efficient because they're a better quality bulb, but oh well, again, it's 12 watts, it's not a big deal. We used to burn incandescent in here, and you're going through 60, 120, 180 watts. That's kind of a big deal. Here's the shade, and you can see there are some bugs in here. So we'll just go ahead and clean this out. This light was in my grandparents' kitchen when I was growing up, and I remember very vividly changing the bulbs and cleaning the bugs out of this literally for my entire life. Changing the light bulbs was one of those tasks that I would do around the house. I was always kind of interested in lighting, and when there was a bulb out, that's something I would notice and want to correct. So I've been changing the bulbs in this for literally as long as I can remember. And of course, back in those days, it was incandescent bulbs. So you wouldn't just find a handful of bugs like that. It would be full. But it's clean now. Let's get it back up. Probably should have checked to make sure these are all working before putting this on, but why make sense? This thing always made me so nervous that it's gonna fall, because it's just like, it's all wobbly, but that's the way it is. It's always been like that. Okay, let's shut these on. They are working. Now there is a slight delay when you first shut them on. It's not instant on, which doesn't really matter. I notice it, but I don't really care. It's like a quarter or half a second. It's not a big deal. Let's see how the dimming works. I haven't really used these in a dimming application before, because that lamp in the living room there is not on a dimmer. It's just on or off. So let's see how these behave on the dimmer. It's at full brightness right now. Start taking it down. Oh, not good. It's very abrupt. It jumps. So that's full brightness. That's like 90%, 80%, 70%. I don't know as much of a difference. 60%, and now it just dropped off. 50%, 40%, and it's almost off. That's about 30%. So it does dim, but not super well. It's super sensitive. Now this is, granted, this is kind of a set and forget. We probably would put it down to right about there, and it's just, that's the way it's used. So it doesn't really matter that the dimming is kind of weird. We can achieve the desired result, and that's as far as I'm concerned. Because these have that nice amber color, when we dim it down, it looks just like there's an incandescent bulb in there that's dimmed down, which is what I want. Although it does seem like it loses some of the intensity of the yellow as it dims. Maybe not. It's kind of hard to say. Yeah, we'll just put it down there and that's good enough. I don't notice any kind of flicker or any weird anomalies developing in the light as it's dimmed, which is nice. It looks just as good dimmed as it did in person. Duh, it's still in person. It looked just as good dimmed as it did at full brightness. Let's take a close-up look and see if we can pick up any kind of banding or any anomalies on the camera. No, it looks pretty good. I don't see any banding at all. So I'm quite happy with that. Just like in the lamp, these look perfectly good. The tripod almost just fell over, but at least the camera's not on it. Alright, so we'll use these bulbs in here for now. And I'll use those other ones downstairs.